We are protesting the 27% fee hikes that were proposed by the UC regents, breaching the tuition freeze that they have pledged. I think that the UC system has been seeing continuous tuition hikes for many years. The tuition has become already unaffordable to working class students. So many of us, we have to take so many jobs and so much debt in order to afford education, which is absolutely contrary to the idea of public education.
No fees! Education should be free, no cuts! 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 No fees!
Statistic that we look at provide some measure of predictability and stability for students and their families.
We can't predict in the next 5 years, after the 5 years is over, after it increases 25%, that you all won't do it again.
We haven't figured that out yet.
Janet Napolitano is proposing a 20% increase in the professional supplemental tuition fees for nursing students, and that's simply too high. Last year we had an 8.5% increase, and that'll mean our class of 2016 has a 31% increase just in the time that we're students.
As a single parent and as a mother with a child in college, education won't be attainable for me and my family with these hikes. The UC system wants to compare itself to some of the other private universities, and they're doing that at expense of students and not really taking full responsibility of providing public education to help our communities.
This is what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like! Show me what democracy looks like! This is what democracy looks like!
Hopefully the teachers, hopefully the faculty, hopefully the whole workforce will come together, because the regents are sort of running amok out of control. And so this is an attempt to take back some of that power.
And really drive those academic administrative savings into the academic commission. We would see ourselves meeting $600 million.
State of California proposed in the Master Plan for Higher Education, they made a promise with California students that it would be affordable and we would have quality education and it would be, most importantly, accessible to students. The state of California has broken that promise to its students, and we need to work together as students, as faculty, and as regents to get the state to reinvest in higher education.
We don't want more accumulated debt. Funds should not come from us individuals who can't afford it, but from taxing very profitable corporations that, as much as they profit from the sweating backs of their workers, they need to give back to the communities where those workers come from.
This is being marketed as a stability plan that is supposed to look into the long-term plan of the UC, but it is unsustainable to not look at real funding solutions at the root cause. If the UC is going to be considering any tuition increases, it should be doing so in the context of having been supportive of real funding solutions. The UC should be working with students. The UC should not be using students as political pawns to engage in a toe-to-toe battle with the governor.
People can't go to UC anymore. People are like me, damn, can I really make it to senior year and really get through and get this degree to really make a change? I'm a student who really cares for people. And I'm a student who actually wants to work with you all so we can address this. So I think moving forward, we should be looking like, how can we work with students, faculty, and staff, and the workers at the UC to be able to address this issue at the state?
You should not be arguing about how much to raise tuition, but rather how to mobilize the public support to restore the California Master Plan of low-cost, higher-quality higher education for all. And what you guys need to do is to expand the discussion that's been started here to restore the California dream to the people who live here.
2010, we were in this exact same room. I was on this exact same microphone asking for the exact same thing. I'm asking that you all do not increase tuition for these students. There are students outside that have spoken to you individually, that have told you their stories. We need another opportunity to elect more student regents to this board. We also want to make sure that there's an opportunity for students to voice their opinion when they pay most of the salaries, most of the functioning costs, and most of the tuition for these universities and these schools. It's a public institution. Students should be having the governing votes and decisions to decide what happens in their university and their institution. Talk to these students. They are smart. You all are educating them to be smart. They have the solutions for what we should be doing. Thank you so much.
have you really exhausted every other option other than raising tuition? Have we looked at not hiring out-of-contract workers? Have we looked at changing administration pay? Have we exhausted every option? And I think the answer is no, judging on what all these speakers have said.
We need transparency as well. And we need to be more open and collaborative and not do things to people, but with people. And I confess the process here has left me disappointed at best. And I think it contrasts in closing quite strikingly with the CSU's process. We have a choice. We don't have to submit a tuition increase. It's the only choice you've given us. I will certainly be opposing a perpetuation of the status quo here and opposing the tuition increases that are being proposed, not only in this item, but in the next item as well.
This is a proposal. I call it for the creation of a select committee to develop proposals to reduce the university's cost structure while increasing access and quality.
With respect to establishing a select committee, sure. I'm always open to new ideas. I'd like to work together with you on that. Now, with respect to timing, we have a problem. And that's for this board, and that's for this meeting. We need a 15-16 budget to submit. We don't have time to wait for another commission. We can have it, and we can make sure we get some, maybe we'll actually get some really nifty ideas out of it. That's always possible. But the budget process moves along, and the sustainability plan has to go in, and we need to be thinking about the long-term health of the university. And so, Governor, I think that respectfully, you're going to vote no, understand that, but in terms of what the regents need to do and the timing that this meeting, the timing pressures on this meeting in order to meet the fiscal deadlines for the state, the plan needs to move forward.
Napolitano?
Aye.
Friendly?
Yes.
Motion carries.
I mean, now that they're taking the vote, I feel like we should just, raise all hell. But I feel like a better way to do it would be have more student regents on the board. That's kind of simple, you know what I'm saying? Maybe another seat or two. It's really not representative at all. If you looked at all the students that were in that room, so many colorful faces, I just see one color at that table.
The next step is that we need to lead an independent, student-led movement across campuses in the UC system, California State University system, and community college system, because every single student is being impacted by this. This is a direct attack on public education. We have to just continue to protest and gather and be unified in this, because that is the only way that we can really make a difference.
We can win this, but we've got to go back to our respective campuses. We've got to start planning mass demonstrations and occupations. I really think that we can beat this, but I think it means using today as the day to launch the fight, not end the fight. We've got to keep our unity, and we've got to keep on fighting. If you can't come back tomorrow, go back to your campus and start organizing like hell, and let's show the regents that what they